Hello, children. Zombie Chicken is back again, and I know it's been a while, but you know what? I'm here now, and I'm recording again, so yeah. Right, we're going to go and visit someone here now who we have met before, but I don't know if you'll remember them. Here at the Hotel Rexford, they were mentioned in the last episode, but the name wasn't mentioned, so, you know.
Ed, are you going to hang out in the lobby all day again, or are you actually going to go down and do some work?
Being available to the customers is work. It's not all about cooking chems, Claire.
It's not all about sampling those chems either. Maybe if you stopped using, you could focus.
What? Where's the fun in cooking it if you ain't using it?
My mistake.
Yeah, he's upstairs. I think he's upstairs. It's unlikely you'll know who he is unless I've either told you or you've played the game before or someone else has told you. And yeah, it was quite a surprise when I found him, let me tell you. Where is he? Here we go.
Hey there.
What? No, it can't. It's you. From Sanctuary Hills, right?
Wait, are you from Vault-Tec?
I am Vault-Tec. 20 years of loyal service. And now look at me. I wasn't on the list. But you, look at you. 200 years, and you're still perfect. How's that possible?
Blood of my enemies. Accurate.
The Vault had these pods that froze us in place. I only thawed out recently.
What? Vault-Tec never told me that. Unbelievable. Well, I had to get to the future the hard way. Living through the filth, the decay, and the bloodshed. Look at me. I'm a ghoul. A freak.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know this would happen.
You know, you're the only other person I met from before. Oh God. I've been so alone here. No Commonwealth settlement. Once a ghoul with 200 years of Vault-Tec sales experience.
Yes.
Hey, you know you could head back to Sanctuary. I'll come visit. I promise.
Really?
Yay!
You will? Okay. I'll head over there right now. You promise you'll come visit, right? I'll see you there.
Well, I do live there. Wonderful. Right, we have a mission here, so let's go and deal with that mission. No. That was not the stairs. Yes, we do have a story mission. I believe we have to see a doctor. I can't remember her name. Amari. Dr. Amari. And fortunately enough for us, she is actually next door.
I've seen a lot of
So,
crazy
yay.
stuff, but I don't want anyone here to forget what we
Here we go. In the memory den.
Mr. Valentine, I thought you'd forgotten.
May have walked out of the den, Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
A milestone states.
Yes, I like how this mod has the weather mod I'm using right now. Am I going the right way? No, I'm not. I like how it has the sound effects for the rain while you're indoors as well. I think it's very cool.
Yes, I take it this isn't a social.
Doctor, it's time for you to reverse death itself.
What?
I wouldn't have put it quite that way, but it's true. We need a dead man's memories. A guy named Kellogg.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse, you don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Please. Nick told me you're the only one who can make this work.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this. And so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait. That's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
So the brain is still good, right?
Possibly. There's no sign of decay, so the tech is probably preserving the tissue, injecting some kind of compound to keep it stable. But there's no way to access the memories inside without a compatible port.
You're talking about me, right? I'm an old synth. If the Institute built me out of similar parts, we might have an in.
There could be long-term side effects. I don't know where to even begin with listing the risks.
Don't bother. I don't need to hear them. Plug me in, Doc.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we found your son. Right. Let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine, just sit there.
Alright, I am going to just tweak around with the settings for a bit because the voice is really, really quiet. The characters' voices and the effects, I think I'll turn them down a bit. Alright, let's see. Oh. Ah, yes, definitely. Thunder can stay up because thunder is loud. Yeah, that's the mod, by the way, the True Storms thing. And actually, I think I'll mess around with those settings for a bit as well.
Start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary.
Oh, that's
Pull me
better.
out, okay?
Right, okay. So the settings are in where the holotapes are. Well, in fact, it is a holotape. Here we go. Configuration, I think that's the one. On. Yeah, I'll turn that off. Because that can get a little bit annoying. Perfect.
Let's see.
Right, let's
here.
go.
I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
Tell me you have a way past this, Doctor.
Let me think. The encryption is too strong for a single mind. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Sarcastic.
Nick and I are gonna share a mind. I'm not gonna see him in any compromising positions, am I?
If a smart mouth was all it took to solve problems, we would have found your son by now.
No. You won't have to worry about that. The only memories you'll access are the ones in the implant.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Over here. Awesome. Very cool.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
It's a bit like Tranquility Lane from Fallout 3.
Can you hear me? Ah, good. The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
Oh. Why am I invisible?
There.
No, I
This
don't know.
is the earliest intact memory I can find.
Can I go in first person, please? Oh, never mind. This is okay. This is my favourite part of the game, I think. One of my favourite levels. It just looks so different and cool.
Turn down the goddamn
Remember,
radio.
you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
I like how you can do this as well.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
Ain't that the truth?
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
I think that's everything. Can I move on now? Can I...
What a joke.
What's it mean, Mom?
Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough.
that
You're the
makes
man of the
sense.
family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy.
Well, little did she
And
know.
all that on the radio. All useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
That radio isn't on.
There
The light
appears
isn't
to
on.
be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There.
So how was it getting broadcast?
Try that one.
One asks themselves. Okay, here we go.
The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second.
It's quite a sad
It's gonna
man.
be fine. You'll see.
Ooh. I've never noticed that before.
But we don't know
It's the
anybody
Golden Gate
here.
Bridge.
And now with the baby?
Come
Surprisingly
on, Sarah,
good
you gotta
condition,
give it a
considering.
chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
So they lived in San Francisco.
I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
He's
I
quite
know,
short.
but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
No, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. That's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
Okay, let's go. Can you see? Yes, you can still see the other memories.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
But there's no one there.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Okay. I like how the lightning has followed me through. It's quite atmospheric. I like it. Just so you know, that doesn't usually happen. It's just because of the mod.
Mind if we...
There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another.
Sit down.
There was always a job for someone like me. Didn't matter what it was. Didn't matter who I was supposed to kill. I got pretty good at it. I didn't care where I was going.
And here.
Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. Yourself. I don't remember much from that time.
Anything
It all
else?
kind of blends together.
No, it doesn't look like it.
There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
I understand completely.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
So his life basically went downhill ever since his wife and child were killed. Although, let's face it, it probably wasn't that great since he was born.
Mr.
Ah.
Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured They were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement. Suited me just fine. The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. The first synths weren't all that impressive.
Never mind.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. You're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I could see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate.
Ooh.
Systems offline.
They were terrible synths.
Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something.
Interesting.
We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Ooh.
Manual override
Yeah.
initiated. Cryogenic stasis.
The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it. The eggheads never liked. I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really.
Vault computers are still...
I never knew why we didn't just refreeze the rest of them. But we had our orders. I guess the old man didn't want so many loose ends. Too bad he left alive the one person he shouldn't have.
Still working. That's good.
All of my
Checking
neighbors.
through the logs. Hopefully it's all
And
just...
me.
Find it.
How pretty.
Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if she somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long.
Down the hall
I'm going
near
to
the
change
end.
my hair back to that. I liked that.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive.
This is the one. Here.
Open it.
Memories.
Almost. Everything's going to be fine.
Okay?
Oops, sink's gone.
Come here, baby.
No. I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only going to tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
No.
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
So pretty.
What's the holdup? I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory.
Hmm?
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I forgot there was another one. Oh, yes, I remember now.
Is that your son?
Wasn't my idea to
This
settle
appears to be
down
a
with a
very
kid
recent
in the
memory.
middle of Diamond City.
Good news, I think.
I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
He's reading science magazines.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
Yeah, I think. Surgical journal. Yeah, he's reading the Massachusetts Surgical Journals. Why? He's like, what, 10? 12? I think he's 10. Right, there's nothing else I can click on.
Kellogg.
Oh.
It's okay. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human.
X688, ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Ooh, teleportation.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Now. Oh, there we go. But the cry.
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had. No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Sarcastic? Yeah, why not?
Next time I have to watch someone's life story, I want popcorn.
Well, if you're cognizant enough to joke, I think we can safely say that you're out of critical condition. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw.
Yes, but it's important we review everything together, in case either of us missed anything.
Virgil.
There's more than one person who knows about the Institute. Virgil, that scientist who escaped.
I didn't know Institute scientists could defect. This changes everything. He could answer all sorts of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That can't be right. No one would risk going there, not even to hide.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds.
What about a woman?
That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
Oh, I'm going in naked. Fingers crossed I get superpowers.
I know you're joking, but as a doctor, I feel obligated to remind you that unprotected radioactive exposure will only kill you. Dead. D-E-A-D.
Or
So
turn me
be
into
sure
a
you
wall.
find a way to get through there with your life intact. And good luck. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Awesome. And I think we'll end the episode there. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.